Hello friends, who would not want to look beautiful? But how harmful and dangerous can this addiction to looking beautiful to be for a person? We will see this in today's story. A woman who wants to look beautiful. She applies beauty products from all over the world and anything on her face to look beautiful. But she gets no benefit from all this. And in the end, she does something to herself worse. Result is so horrifying that even you will get goosebumps. So without wasting much time, let us start the explanation. Friends, the name of this movie is Facelift. At the beginning of the movie, we see a woman named Virginia. She is very worried because of her increasing age. She can do anything to maintain her beauty. Virginia starts her day by cleaning her face with her urine. You can understand what level this woman's mentality has reached. And after this, she drinks different types of juice throughout the day and keeps applying products from all over the world. And to look beautiful, she keeps applying whatever information she gets on herself. Who knows when which trick will work? Her daughter Faye sometimes stops her from doing such things. Faye doesn't understand why her mother can't accept this natural process of aging. But she also knows why her mom wants to slow down her aging. And why is she so obsessed with looking beautiful? Actually, Virginia likes one of her neighbors named Vernie. And she is so serious about this that she stands at her window for hours and keeps looking at Bernie. But she doesn't dare to speak her heart out in front of him. Faye gives some information about Bernie to encourage her mom that Bernie is going to get divorced soon, and Bernie goes to the local pub every Friday to drink wine. Virginia becomes very happy after hearing all these things because she won't get a better chance than this. Well, next Friday she hides her aging age as much as possible with makeup, gets well dressed, and goes to the same pub where Bernie goes. And she sits in that pub and waits for Bernie. But due to her nervousness, she keeps checking her makeup again and again by taking out a small mirror from her purse. She waits there for Bernie for a long time. But that day, Bernie is too late to get there. Finally, after a few hours, Bernie comes there with his girlfriend Cassie. Virginia gets very upset after seeing both of them together. But after looking closely at Cassie, she remembers that she recognizes Cassie and both were classmates. She becomes even more surprised when she remembers this. Because despite Cassie being her age, she looks at least 20 years younger than her. Virginia can't stop herself from seeing Cassie's beauty and asks her what is the secret behind her beauty. Hearing this question, Cassie tells her dad, I will tell you the whole truth on one condition. And the condition is that you have to promise me that you will leave Bernie from today onwards. Virginia feels very embarrassed to hear such things at this age. But she understands very well that Bernie can never be hers. That's why she agrees to Cassie's condition. After this, Cassie gives her a doctor's visiting card. As soon as she gets the visiting card, Virginia goes to the doctor the very next day without delay. Her words there show us how much she dislikes herself. She just wants to change her face somehow. She needs a face she can love herself with. Dr. Perle doesn't like this kind of talk about Virginia at all because she is not a doctor who treats her patient just for money. She tells Virginia that you have to love yourself first. You have to believe that you are still beautiful. Some lines have been added to your face just because of age, but the beauty inside you is still intact. And until you believe in this, no one can make you beautiful. Virginia likes everything about Dr. Perle very much. After this, the doctor tells Virginia about all the formalities of the treatment. Virginia likes the process of treatment but gets a little worried after knowing its cost because the cost of this treatment is very high in Virginia. Inspection after this, she comes to her home and talks to her manager about taking a loan. The manager immediately disagrees to take this type of loan because he already has a lot of loans. Virginia's husband had taken many loans before his death and the burden of those loans is still on them. And now if she takes any loan, then this remaining house will also be taken out of her hands. Virginia gets very upset after hearing all these things from the manager, and she keeps thinking all night whether she should take the risk after all this time or not. At that moment, her eyes fall on Bernie's window. She sees that Bernie and Cassie are spending quality time with each other. From the other side, Cassie also looks at Virginia and she closes the window on her face. Virginia feels very insulted by this incident. She starts wondering whether she deserves all this. She thinks that if she were a beautiful and young as Cassie, Bernie would be hers. Finally, she decides to take the loan, and that too without informing her daughter. And after this, her treatment starts. Dr. Perle wants to treat her face as well as her hands because she does not like to see her creation incomplete at all. At first, Virginia feels a little hesitant because she does not even have extra money for any extra treatment. But when she comes to know that this is included in her face treatment, then she becomes very happy. We see that Virginia is very nervous about the operation because till date she has never had to face all these things. And when she is made to lie down on the operation bed, she feels something strange before fainting. She hears that Dr. Perle is talking to her assistant in another language. This sounds a lot like a mantra. She doesn't understand what's happening to her. She keeps wondering if this is true or just her hallucination. And thinking all this, she faints. When she regains consciousness, we see that her face and hands are bandaged. She has been discharged from the hospital. And after 1 week, she will have to go to the hospital to get this bandage removed. But after the operation, she starts having a lot of pain in her face and hands. When she can't bear the pain, she thinks of taking painkillers, but she doesn't get it. On the other hand, Virginia's daughter Faye did not know anything about this operation. When she comes home and sees her mother in this condition, she gets very scared because Virginia did not give her any information about this operation. That's why she was not at all ready to see her mother in this condition. On the other hand, her manager is constantly pressuring her to repay the old loans, due to which Virginia is already worried, and both of them start arguing among themselves regarding all these things. And Virginia, in anger, reminds Faye that Faye is her stepdaughter. And hearing this, Faye also starts getting very angry. She leaves her house in anger. Even though there was no biological relationship between them, both of them liked each other very much. That's why Faye finds these words of her mother very bad. But both of them know very well that whatever Virginia has said to Faye, she did not say it from the heart. There was so much pain in her face and hands that in pain and stress she took all this out of her mouth. Meanwhile, after Faye leaves, Virginia starts hearing some strange sounds. She feels someone's presence around her. She feels like that thing is trying to hurt her. Along with this, a black shadow is coming near her ears and saying something. She has gone mad with fear and she tries to crawl out of the house. But the darkness was not leaving her in any way. At that very moment, luckily Faye's vehicle arrives, and as soon as she arrives, all this becomes normal. Virginia thinks maybe it was all her hallucination. That's why she doesn't think much about it that night. Faye takes care of her mom for a few days after this. But Faye don't know why Virginia seems different to her. She doesn't understand why Virginia is having so much pain due to a facelift. She thinks that she has never heard of so much pain in a facelift, and what is the need for such a thick bandage? Along with this, a lot of swelling is visible on Virginia's face from above the bandage. Even though Virginia did not say anything, she understood that her bone structure had also changed. When Virginia asked the doctor about the pain, the doctor tells her that it is very normal. There is nothing to worry about. But doctor is a little worried. The doctor tells her that Faye's negative thoughts can hurt Virginia's treatment. Taking too much stress can slow down the healing process. That's why she gives Virginia an offer. She tells Virginia that she has a rest house on the seashore, where next week she is going to hold a get-together with all her patients and colleagues. where all the doctors and nurses will also be present. If Virginia wants, she can stay there for a few days, because being close to supportive people can make her feel a little better. She also tells her dad she does not need to pay for all this. This will be a free service for Virginia. But all this is a secret, and Virginia can't share the location of this rest house with anyone. Virginia happily agrees after receiving this offer. But when Faye comes to know about this, she convinces her mom not to go there. But Virginia does not listen to her in any way. Faye tells her dad she doesn't know why she doesn't trust Dr. Perle. She also has done some research about Dr. Perle, and from this, she has come to know that the medical report of the doctor is not very good. Some cases are also going on in her name. Faye's suspicions increase even more when she learns that the location of that rest house is also a secret. She doesn't understand what goes on there and why that place is so secret. Even after all this, Virginia doesn't listen to her and goes away from there. And that day, one of Dr. Perle's men takes Virginia to that rest house, which is far from the city. After reaching there, Virginia sees that all the people present there are very beautiful, and Dr. Perle is already there. She is very happy to see Virginia there and giving importance to her. The doctor comes to Virginia and talks to her. She tells her dad she will untie her bandage tonight, that too in front of everyone, because she is sure that Virginia will look very beautiful. She tells her dad, "You will look so beautiful that all the things you complained about yourself will be washed away, and you will start loving yourself." On the other hand, Faye is very tense about her mom. That is why she has reached there sitting in the trunk of the same car in which her mom came here. Everything doesn't seem normal to her here. That's why she tries to alert Virginia here too. But before Faye can reach it, a man comes from behind and makes her unconscious. After this, when Faye is brought in front of everyone in the evening, instead of saving her, Virginia treats her even worse. She says, "This girl is my stepdaughter. I don't know how she came here." Virginia is so lost in her desire to look beautiful that she can't see anything. Dr. Perle asks her security guards to take Faye away from her. After this, the real game begins. With the help of some people, Dr. Perle slowly starts removing the bandage from Virginia's face and hands. And when finally all the bandages are removed, then everyone present there becomes very happy and everyone starts clapping happily. But when Virginia looks at herself in the mirror, the ground slips beneath her feet. She wonders what she is seeing. Is this not a dream? Her face is worse than before, and she looks traveled too. She looks exactly like a pig. Virginia gets scared and starts screaming. But no one pays attention to her because everyone present there is focused on Dr. Perle. They talk about a game. Here we come to know that all the people present here worship some deity. They believe that pleasing their deity will bring them beauty and prosperity. And to please the deity, every year they have to give an earring to a human being. And that person looks like a pig. And as soon as Dr. Perle saw Virginia, she understood that she could do her work with this because she considers herself ugly and she doesn't even like herself. That's why it's so easy to make her a scapegoat. Perle makes Virginia understand all the rules of the game very well. She says that a hunt is about to start here. Virginia will be hunted and the people present there are hunters. She further says that there is a sea 2 miles away from here, and if you get there before us, you will be saved. And if you don't get there, these people will kill you. Virginia was not understanding anything. She was completely blank, and due to stress, she starts feeling dizzy. But still, she starts running like in the jungle. And while running, she reaches a drainage. She sees the ocean on the other side of the drainage. On the other hand, hunters also reach there with weapons in search of Virginia. And Virginia's leg gets injured by a hunter's attack and it starts bleeding a lot. But it doesn't stop. Coming out of the drainages, she sees Bernie in front of her. Bernie is the same person whom Virginia has done so much to get. She becomes very happy to see Varney, and she thinks maybe Varney will save her from here. But not even once did the thought come to her mind that how did Barney reach here? But when Barney takes out his weapon, she realizes that Barney is also involved. And with him is Cassie. And this was all Cassie's plan to trap Virginia in this game. After some time, other people also reach there. And now the terrible game begins. They attack Virginia again and again with their weapons. Because the more blood comes out of Virginia's body, the happier their gods will be. With so many people attacking Virginia like this, she loses a lot of blood, which leads to her death. After everything calms down, Faye is brought there. Seeing this condition of her mother, she starts crying a lot. But then Dr. Perle tells her something which makes all her sorrow disappear in an instant. She is astounded as if she has suddenly regained her memory. Dr. Perle tells her that she is also one of them. She is a member of their team. Her grandmother and mother were also a part of this team. The proof is the butterfly pendant around her neck which her mother gave her. She further says that this is how generations keep changing. This is the law of nature. When Faye hears all these words from the doctor, she stops crying, like a new Faye has been born inside her, whom she lost many years ago. And in the end, she accepts her true existence, and also to her new family. And at the end of the story, we see a new Faye, which has now completely changed in appearance. It has started looking much more beautiful than before. She has been admitted in a law school, where she meets a boy. At first, she ignores the guy, but when her eyes fall on the tattoo of a butterfly on his hand, then she understands that this boy is also a member of a team. That means there is a member of this team in every corner of the world. And these people also want beauty and prosperity. Even if they have to worship to devil for this, they are ready for this too. Moreover, day by day, innocent people are being sacrificed in the name of sacrifice. And with this hair-raising story ends here. So friends, how did you like this story? Do tell in the comments. And also do not forget to tell which movie story would you like to hear after this. If you liked our explanation, then support us by liking, sharing and subscribing to the video. See you soon with another interesting story. Till then, bye bye, take care.